Hello everybody, welcome to another edition of EDU 600 Research Methods. We are now in week number 7 or module number 7. We really are at the halfway point, and I want to congratulate everybody. I've been saying this almost every week. This is a tough class and there's a lot of material in it. So thank you for sticking with it, and congratulations on making it this far. So I'll try to be brief this week. I'll give an overview of what we will be doing, what kind of materials I'm asking you to take a look at, what you need to read, and then I'll give a quick overview of the assignment that is due on the 14th. So as you can see on the screen, we are in Module 7, week number 7. Now, this week we're going to be taking a look at two things: data displays and descriptive statistics. So don't get freaked out. We're going to work this. We're going to go through this together. I put a whole bunch of videos in here which will help, and we will be discussing the importance of each one of these statistical tests. But you do not have to be a math major. You do not have to be an expert in these statistical tests. So, as I say, we're halfway there. So to get us going, please, take a look at the video that I'm doing right now. When you get this, I will be putting in the video I'm recording. It will be right in here. So don't worry about the one that you're looking on the screen, because the one that you will be looking at is the newest edition. Understand and apply information about the types of measures. We're going to be looking at descriptive statistics and data displays. And at this point of the course, some of the topics go from week 1 to they overlap. Chapter 6, Chapter 7. You'll see I make reference to Chapter 6 in this, but take a look at, please read Chapter 7, and also review Chapter 6, especially pages 106 to 114. Please look at the videos. We have one on reliability and validity. Now, once again, we're in the quantitative research portion of our class. So when I talk about reliability and the validity of the research, it's different than the qualitative side of things. I have a video in here. It's about 7 minutes long on the mode, medium, mean, range, and standard deviation. All of these are important concepts when you're talking statistics. Normal distribution. So some call it the 68, 95, 99.7 rule. 8 minutes. And I find this particular video one of the most interesting and easy to understand descriptions of the normal distribution. And then one of my pet peeves, and one of the things that I hope people take out of this class, is what is this thing called the p-value? What is the significance when you're reading qualitative research when the p-value is mentioned? So we will circle back to this, and we will have some further discussions beyond this week about what is the p-value. But this gentleman does just a fabulous job. I've tried recording my own video on the p-value, and I've come to conclude with this particular topic. This gentleman can explain it a lot better than I can. So please take a look at this. Yes, it's 10 minutes in length, but you can look at it numerous times. So that is it as far as what to do this week. I do want to kind of jump down to the bottom here, the discussion. This little symbol here is showing that it is hidden. I decided, since we have an assignment coming up this week, and it's really building on the discussion post that you did last week, there's no discussion forum this week. There's been a lot of materials, and I wanted to give you some time that you don't have to discuss anything online. I'd like you to focus in on the visual displays of data assignment. So this is due next Sunday by midnight. If you can't hit that date, please let me know and we can work something out. So what I say is watch the videos from last week on the visual displays. Select one of the data reports that was in last week, or you can find your own. And at the root of this, which is a little bit different than the discussion post last week, I'd like you to succinctly tell your story, or tell the story of what the data is saying. 1 or 2 paragraphs. You probably need a couple of paragraphs. I'm interested in the story the data is telling, and you can pick the data source that you use at work, you can use professionally, something that is of personal interest, or use one of the links from last week. So you may have to go back to week 6, take a look at one of those data sources. So please tell the story and try to include, what is the data source, what are the variables, what's being measured and displays, who is being measured, and what information do you have about the sample size. So there's a lot of information in there. Really, I'm interested in what is the story, but I'd like you to kind of cover these in a narrative form without a huge amount of detail. So this assignment is worth 10 points. It's not just a discussion post. You submit it in the same spot. This is a discussion. You did it with your qualitative research. Click on that and you can submit it. So what I'd like to do is shift gears here and show you what I'm really talking about as far as data sources and telling a story. You can see from the screen, I was just playing around this morning, and I was interested in student performance that came from the state. So what I quickly put in, and this is an interactive, like a lot of the data sources that you can find online, this is interactive. So I was just kind of playing around with it, saying, okay, what are, using the state performance, student performance, and state assessments, how do kids do by grades? So, oh, I lost it. Let me go back. So here we go. So for the English language arts, as you can see, all grades in the years here, grades 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're looking at, the beauty of this is it's interactive. So I'm looking at up here, you can see, you can do it by all of the counties, school names, a district, school and district name, population, grade levels, and years. And you can play around with each one of these. You can say, I also want to see the math. I'm going to click on this. So now I see the math. I want to see the science. So how do kids do? So where is the information that you're looking for, this is interactive, and you can see the behind the scenes. So right here, you could tell all kinds of stories. You could talk about between the 3rd grade and 3rd grade in math, 56% of the students is, I'm getting mixed up here. In all grades, 64% of the students are below or well below state expectations. 35% are above. So right there, you can take a look at that. The sources, and I'd like you to mention this, the source is the Maine Department of Education. So all of the data is kind of behind the scenes. It tells you where it's from. Now you can organize this any way you want. You could also say in math, maybe part of the story here is all grades, or you could go to just high school, but you could say all grades, it's 36%. But it's kind of interesting, just looking at this. In 3rd grade, we have, 56% of the students are below. And then you come to 8th grade, and you can see now we're 63%. So the numbers actually go down. Why in 5th grade we're even 67%. So any way you want to describe this information, I'm interested in your thoughts on this. And once again, if you were looking at a table by all 3rd grades, you would have all of the information that would back all of this up. Something like this is to me an excellent visual display because it shows you and it tells you the story. So in the assignment, what I'd like you to do is tell the story. Not so much focus in on the numbers. You are going to mention the numbers, but what is the data? What are those data telling you? So I'm going to go back to our module, our class module. So here we are, we're back at the visual display assignment. What I'd like to offer, if anybody has a question on exactly what it is that I'm asking you to do and submit by next Sunday at midnight, please contact me, shoot me an email, text me, we can set up a Zoom. I'd be happy to help in any way. So once again, find a data source and find the visual displays, whatever it might be. There's millions out there, and if it's something that you're most interested in, you know, you could find something online that shows how many of the current people that run for exercise by age, how many miles per week does the average 40-year-old runner run? And you could go by gender, whatever it might be. So find the data source, use the data source, and tell me what the data source is in the assignment. So questions, please please reach out to me. But beyond that, good luck with the materials this week, and I look forward to seeing you online. And once again, there are no discussion posts this week. The only thing due is the visual displays of data by next Sunday, March 14th. I hope you have a good week, everybody, and I look forward to seeing you online or answering any questions that you might have. See ya.